Perfect. 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 What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome back to Philly Take with RB. You know what to do. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell. That way you're always notified whenever I upload or go live. Today we are back, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful day, and it is a beautiful day to be a Philadelphia 76ers fan. And you may ask, RB, why? Why is it a beautiful day to be a Sixers fan? I'm here to tell you why. Because the Sixers have won 6 in a row. I know it's been against bad teams. I mean, last night, we're playing the 8-man helpless Houston Rockets, and another man goes down, and they have 7 guys, and these games have been a struggle. They've been hard to watch, but guess what? We're pushing through. Sixers have won 6 in a row. Looks like they're finding their groove, their rhythm a little bit. And guess what? Now, with 6 games to go, the Sixers lead the Eastern Conference by an entire 2 games. Big shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks for beating the Brooklyn Nets for us twice in a row. About a week and a half ago, it looked like the Brooklyn Nets were going to take that top seed and notch us out of there. But let me tell you something. The tide is flipped, ladies and gentlemen. The Sixers are finding their hot rhythm, their hot streak, and it's feeling like a couple years ago, right? When we went on that huge winning streak at the end. I am feeling really good right now. And man, oh man. All the mainstream outlets, right? The media, every reporter, even people within this fan base, shame on you. They are putting this team down. They're giving us no chance to succeed in the playoffs. Fine. We've seen this story before, right? We've written this own story before with the Eagles. Let us be the underdog. What did I say at the beginning of the season, guys? Let them count us out, because I'm feeling really, really good right now. And let me tell you, with the Sixers leading the East by 2 games, and it's looking, I'm not going to say it's certain, it's not in concrete, but it's looking like the Sixers are going to shape up and notch out that #1 seed. And let me tell you, that is the key to the Philadelphia 76ers getting to the NBA Finals. It's absolutely absurd to think about where this team was just in August. And think about where we're at now. We could potentially make a championship run. Man, oh man, that #1 seed is the topic of discussion today. I'm going to tell you once again, because I've been preaching it all along, but it is so vital to this team getting over the hump and making a push to the finals. Now, like I said, it's been a struggle to watch, man. It's been a really bad struggle to watch. But look, if the Sixers get that #1 seed, #1, the Sixers are 25-7 at home this year. But if you actually watch the games, right? If you don't listen to these guys that talk without watching every game, the Sixers, honestly, 5 of those 7 losses came either with, 3 starters out, a guy out due to injury, a guy out due to the virus. Like, they weren't actual losses. You know what I mean? Like, they're not games you can put stock in and validate in. So honestly, the Sixers are having another splendid season at home. We remember last year, right before the bubble, 29-2 at home. We were just absolutely flawless. And the Sixers ride on that hometown energy, that Philly passion. There's just something about it. Being in Philly, being in the Wells Fargo, these guys talk about it all the time. They ride for it, right? Whether it's fans shouting, whether it's dudes holding up cardboard signs of a Wendy's Frosty, these guys ride under the home crowd, and it's going to be, once again, a huge factor for the Sixers come this playoffs. If we lock up the #1 seed, we are going to have home court advantage throughout the playoffs, right? We might play a Game 7 at the Wells Fargo, and honestly, I feel 10 times more comfortable playing a Game 7, a game win or go home at the Wells Fargo, rather than going on the road. That is the first reason why we need that home court advantage. And the second reason is a little bit more complicated, but, we've been seeing it. I'm going to pull up this graphic right here of the current standings in the Eastern Conference. Shout out to everybody who is on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Go check me out on those platforms if you have not yet. Leave a rating and a review. But if you're on YouTube right now, you can see the standings pulled up. And what have I been saying? Listen, man, the Sixers need this 1 seed, because think about the level of competition. We are talking about potentially going up against either the Hornets or the Pacers, or maybe in some way, well, no, probably the Hornets or Pacers, right? Depending on that whole play-in tournament. We're talking about potentially a first-round matchup against the Hornets or Pacers, and then going up against the Knicks or the Hawks in the second round, and then playing the winner maybe of Brooklyn and Milwaukee. That's if we lock up this #1 seed. Now, would you rather do that, or say the Sixers fell to the second seed? We would have to go through Jimmy Butler and Bam in Miami. We would then have to go through Giannis in Milwaukee, and then we would have to go through the Brooklyn Nets. So if we are to end up playing those three teams, I'm telling you right now, we don't have a huge shot of making it out of it. Why? Because the wear and tear, the injuries, getting banged up, going, right? If the Sixers stay in the 1 seed, the way I view it is the first round's probably a sweep or maybe 5 games. The second series is maybe 5 or 6, right? I mean, the Knicks would probably be a tough out, but I still think, you know, nobody's going to be able to guard Joel Embiid. And then we have more rest, and we are sitting patiently waiting, because I'm telling you right now, a Brooklyn and Milwaukee series is not going to be a 4-game series. It is most likely going 7, and if not, it's probably going 6. So those teams are going to have to grind it out. They're going to have to play gritty, and they're going to have to stretch everything they can. And for a team like the Brooklyn Nets, who are already banged up, and as we know, playoff rotations get much and much shorter. Well, are you going to want to have to go through that wear and tear and then run in and then face the wrath of Joel Embiid at the Wells Fargo? That's going to be a much tougher road, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I would much rather play the first scenario and be waiting for Brooklyn or Milwaukee, get well rested, and get our minds ready to go for an Eastern Conference matchup with with home court advantage, and we're waiting for Brooklyn and Milwaukee. I'm telling you, that is going to be a much tougher road. Even the first round series, like Jimmy and Bam are not going to be an easy out in the playoffs. We know that. We know that for sure, man. And, you know, a guy like James Harden, right? Say the Nets were to get the 1 seed. Well, you know, if they're playing the Pacers or the Hornets, maybe they could even rest them a couple games. I'm not saying they would do that, but, you know, say they're up 3-0 in a series, and James Harden, as we know, might not even be 100% yet. Right? It's a good series to go ahead and get chemistry. And I say the same thing for the Sixers. Like, you know, if we're going up against the Pacers or the Hornets, well, we're going to be able to really establish ourselves. But if we're playing Miami, I could see that series going at least 6 games. I really could. The 1 seed is so vital to this team coming out and establishing their ground and getting well prepared. And then if we get to the Eastern Conference Finals, the rest is history, man. The rest is history. I really do think that this number 1 seed, I really don't think that the Brooklyn Nets or Milwaukee Bucks are going to come out of the first 2 series ready and just 100% rested and fully prepared to go up against what awaits them in the Philadelphia 76ers in terms of Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, an aggressive Ben Simmons, and shooters waiting for him, man. And especially the defensive pressure, because we're going to be all up on them, right? Matisse Thybulle, I really like our chances, and I really think the Sixers are putting in the work right now. It's boring, it's stole, but these Sixers are creating the opportunity to make a finals run. I am so satisfied about it. We got 6 games left. I believe all we have to do is win 4 of our games, and guess what? We have the easiest remaining schedule. It's right here in front of us. The destiny is in our hands. All we have to do is take care of business and say we won the next 4 games. We could even rest for a couple games at the end. There's a lot to consider, man, but I am so happy. Keep letting them sleep on us. We're just going to keep taking care of our business. That's just my thoughts on it. I want to hear from you guys down below. What do you think about the number 1 seed? How important do you think it is for the Philadelphia 76ers? And do you think we can make our finals push? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect.